It's been years since anyone talked about Voyager 1, one of the first space probes ever launched.
3, 2, 1.
Since 1977, this probe has been traveling through space doing its job, but how much longer will it be able to continue? Some experts speculate that its journey might be nearing its end. Before diving into the reasons why, let's explore more about this incredible probe. So, get ready and let's delve into everything related to Voyager 1.
The solar system in 2012 and is currently more than 15 billion miles.
So, what exactly is Voyager 1? Voyager 1 is a space probe launched by NASA in 1977 as part of the Voyager program. Its mission is to communicate through the NASA Deep Space Network, or DSN, allowing it to send data back to Earth in real time. The probe is also monitored in real time, which is crucial for us to learn more about space, including phenomena like weather patterns, magnetic fields, and more. Voyager 1 is the farthest man-made object from Earth, currently located about 24 billion kilometers from our planet. Every second, it moves farther and farther away, traveling 14 times faster than a bullet into the deepest parts of space. In 2017, the Voyager team needed to change the probe's trajectory to extend its mission. Then, in November 2023, NASA temporarily lost communication with Voyager 1, but managed to re-establish contact after considerable effort. The systems are now online, but this raises the same question again. How much longer will Voyager 1 be able to send us data? Keep this in mind as we will address this soon. Since recovering communication, Voyager 1 has continued to function normally. Now, let's get into the history behind Voyager 1 and its current location. As mentioned earlier, Voyager 1 was launched on September 5, 1977, with a mission to collect data from our solar system. The probe could take pictures, and in 1990, it captured one of the most famous images of Earth to date. As the farthest human-made object, it's hard to grasp just how distant the probe is, but we can calculate its approximate location. To give some perspective, the distance between the Earth and the Sun is about 150 million kilometers. Voyager 1 traveled at approximately 61,000 kilometers per hour and took about 1 year and 6 months to travel 52 astronomical units, or AU. By this time, it had already passed Jupiter and transmitted images of its entire journey. After 3 years and 2 months, Voyager 1 reached Saturn, and from that point on, it ventured deep into space. After 31 years of traveling at an incredible speed, the probe crossed the heliosphere. This is a significant achievement because, beyond this point, everything becomes more challenging. The sun's solar wind greatly influences the movements of any object near the planets. The heliosphere represents the boundary of the sun's influence, but is not the outer boundary of our solar system. Space is infinite as far as we know, and there are several more boundaries to explore. Today, in 2024, Voyager 1 is about 240 million kilometers away from Earth, or roughly 163 AU, or astronomical units. This is 4 times the distance between the Sun and Pluto, the furthest dwarf planet in our system, depending on whom you ask. Each radio signal from Voyager 1 reaches NASA after 22 hours and 36 minutes. And this is also the time it takes for us to send any messages to the probe. While this distance is vast compared to any earthly scale, in the grand scheme of things, it is still relatively close. Voyager 1 has helped us discover many amazing things. Until recently, we had no idea what nothing looked like at this distance. And we won't learn much more, at least not soon. It would take 300 years of travel for Voyager 1 to reach the sphere of icy rocks surrounding our solar system, and it would take another 30,000 years to pass through that ring of icy rocks into the unknown. What lies at these distances is one of the biggest questions NASA hopes to answer. Even though Voyager 1 is relatively close, its journey is extraordinary. Now, let's talk about how the Voyager spacecraft works. One of the most important tasks of the Voyager is sending data related to space that surrounds us. We've mentioned this time and time again, but we need to explain a bit further how the Voyager does this. The Deep Space Network is the system that NASA uses to communicate with Voyager. This system uses huge telescopes and antennas located in different places on Earth, including the US, Australia, and Spain. These locations were chosen to ensure that communications can be maintained throughout the entire day without interruption. Once a message is received, the Voyager can process instructions before sending a response back to Earth. Each message is received by two massive dishes, and each dish sends a radio signal from the surprisingly small Voyager, which has a power level of about 20 watts. Whenever any signal reaches Earth, NASA captures data about the probe's experience in space. Last year, this system failed for a while when the Voyager sent back strings of data that were nonsense. Many conspiracy theorists suggested that aliens had captured the Voyager, but NASA engineers quickly identified and solved the issue. They created a workaround, sent a new code, and waited to see if this configuration would work. Fortunately, it did, but this brings us to the latest problem. So, what will happen with Voyager 1? Many scientists and experts believe that Voyager 1 is dying and has a maximum lifespan that will last until 2030. Even if the probe has survived its communication problems, this doesn't mean such issues won't happen again. So, again, is the Voyager dying? This is a hard question to answer, and the reality is that the Voyager is indeed running out of power. The probe is powered by 3 radioisotope thermoelectric generators that will supply enough electric power to return engineering data until 2036. How do these batteries work? They are, more or less, like nuclear reactors that convert heat from plutonium decay into electricity. Similar to any other nuclear plant, this means that their lifespans are finite. NASA engineers are trying to prolong the generator's capacities by turning off any non-essential systems, such as the heaters and some redundant scientific instruments, including the cameras. However, this is only a temporary solution because in a few years the power levels will be too low to support the critical systems, and ultimately the Voyager will go dark forever. Currently, there's a campaign where people are asking for one last photo. We have already discussed the famous 1990 picture, but since then, we don't have many photos showing how Earth looks now. Maybe nothing has changed, but people want to commemorate the Voyager with one final turnaround. Scientists believe this would be a waste of energy, and there's no scientific value in taking yet another picture. However, one man has insisted and pushed this proposal, and fortunately, NASA agreed. Carl Sagan, one of the brightest minds of our century, requested this last mission, even if he could not appreciate the picture himself. The pale blue dot taken in 1990 is the most famous picture of Earth because Voyager is already so far away. In this picture, the Earth looks like a tiny, minuscule pixel. As the last photo, it is food for thought. The Voyager has reached such a great distance, and soon it will go dark forever. Any further, more incredible information about the vast space that surrounds us will also go dark.